Okay, what we're going to try to do here is try to create something that'll fire bullets or basically create anything that'll spawn, respawn over and over and over again. So we can use it for things like any kind of a shooting game or anything like that you end up creating, or you can just use it, or you can use some of the aspects here just to create something that gets created over and over again. So you may be looking at creating enemies, you may be looking at making something move around, you may be looking at making, say, a liquid flow, whatever the case may be. That's what we're having a look at here. You can apply what we're seeing here to a lot of those different things. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to Game Object, and we're going to create a cube. So I'm creating a cube so that I can see it. I know what I'm looking at. So I'm going to move the camera now closer to it, and then I'm going to click the play button just to see exactly what we're seeing when we play a game. Okay, so I can see my cube, which is fine. So now that I've got that, what I will do, I will delete that. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create an empty object, and I'm going to call this, and by default, it gets created where the cube was. So from there, I'm going to call it spawn point. That's where things will be spawned from. So now that we've got that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to rename. We're going to make another object. We're going to make a bullet. So we're going to make a 3D object, and I'm going to use a sphere. You can use whatever kind of shape you like, but I've got a sphere, and I'm going to call that a bullet. So now that I've got that bullet there, what I'm going to do, under a bit of time pressure here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a physics component known as rigid body. What that does, it gives it some mass, it lets gravity have an effect on it, it moves it around, it basically makes it more real-worldish. So now that I've got that done, what I will do is I will then create a prefab. So I'm going to go to create. I will go to create, and I'll go prefab. Basically, a prefab allows us to be able to make something that happens over and over and over again. Or it's like maybe like a template. I'm not quite sure, but either way. So I'm going to call that bullet as well. And then what I will do is I'll take this bullet, and I will drag it into the bullet prefab. So you can see now it's changed to that thing there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a script. So I'm going to say create C# script or C# script, and I'm going to call it, I don't know, shooter. Now, having done that, what I will do, I will open another notepad, and I will drag this shooter into, if it lets me, I will drag shooter into notepad. And then from there, I will take this, and I will copy it, and I will paste it into this. And then I will rename this as shooter. Now, this is the code that you've been given, which we've discussed, just as what we're working on. So from there, what we're going to do, I am going to now add this shooter script to spawn point. So when I click spawn point, it's now got a shooter script available. Now, in terms of the script, what you would have seen, we know we've got something in there called a projectile. So that's what we've got there. That's our rigid body, that's our projectile. What we've got to do now, we've got to attach something to that. And to do that, what we will do is we will attach our bullet rigid body to that. Now when we delete the sphere and press play, and fingers crossed this works, and it's all been recorded. So I'm pressing the spacebar and it's firing. So that's how we go about making some bullets.